some cars don't hide their performance. Look at anything from Lamborghini, Ferrari, or Pagani. They boast about it with sharp looks and loud noises. However, some of the best cars are sleepers. These are vehicles that hide their true levels of performance and mostly slip under the radar. One of the very best sleeper cars that is quite affordable in 2023 is the 2019 Ford Taurus Super Hight Output. A big V6 powered monster that was like a Mustang in sedan form. With them often coming up for sale for less than $30,000, they represent great bargains in 2023. The 2019 Taurus, from the final model year of the Taurus, is the definitive sleeper car. Plus, thanks to the Taurus being a sedan, it also has a high level of practicality on offer. Before we get into the news, make sure to like and subscribe to enter a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. Comment down below if you are considering purchasing the Taurus. Make sure to watch till the end to find out how the Taurus shocked the entire car industry. The Taurus was the performance variant of the Ford Taurus sedan and came out as a limited production model from 1989 to 1999. It then made a comeback in 2010, and that production run continued right up until the end of Taurus production in 2019. The 2019 Taurus was thus part of the fourth generation of the model. Under the hood of the Taurus in 2019 was a 3.5-liter V6 engine. In standard Taurus form, this produced 288 horsepower. But when tuned in the SHO, the output of the engine went up to 365 horsepower. This was thanks to the engine gaining 2 turbochargers, and it put the sedan right at the top of its class when it came to power. With a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 5.2 seconds, it is easy to see why it is such a potent sleeper car even in 2023. That huge level of power meant it could even outperform cars you would expect to be ahead of it in normal circumstances. To put it into context, the 2.3-liter four-cylinder in the Ford Mustang EcoBoost produces 310 horsepower and 350 pounds-feet of torque. Remember, this is a dedicated muscle car, yet the Taurus, which at its heart is still a practical sedan, had more power than the base Mustang. Even in 2023, the Taurus stacks up well against the 2024 Mustang. The base EcoBoost Mustang for 2024 produces 315 horsepower, still less than the 2019 Taurus. On top of the huge levels of raw power from its V6 engine, the Taurus is still a practical sedan as well as a fast one. It is important to note though that Ford didn't dramatically alter the interior of the Taurus from the base model. Their focus was firmly on enhancing the power levels and the overall driving experience. So the standard cabin was all retained for the Super Hight output, albeit with a few little extra touches. For example, the driver and passenger at the front had sports seats to offer a more engaging ride quality. The steering wheel was also refreshed to a sportier design, and the 2019 Super Hight output received an Alcantara upgrade for the wheel. While Ford didn't add too much to the cabin, they didn't take anything away either, meaning it retained the comfort and practicality of the standard model. It was also a smooth driver experience in the Taurus, with the only transmission available being the 6-speed 6F55 automatic. There was though a paddle or console-activated manual mode for the 6-speed, allowing gearheads to have a bit more control over their driving experience. The Taurus retained the comfortable ride of the standard model. This is despite the larger wheels and sport-tuned suspension system. The interior was still high quality, and the ride was quiet for a high-performance model. Something else that was a big plus for the 2019 Taurus was that it featured Ford's Sync 3 infotainment system. Even now, this remains one of the most intuitive and user-friendly systems that Ford has ever employed in one of its cars. The only real downsides inside the sedan are the lack of legroom and reduced headroom for certain passengers. The lack of a power-adjustable steering wheel and power rear sunshade were also drawbacks. Remarkably, the Taurus already had a lower than $30,000 starting price. The original retail price for the model was $28,895, meaning customers could get a high-performance car with family practicality. It's easier to think of the Taurus as a four-seater Mustang or a muscle car in disguise. These are hallmarks of a true sleeper car and traits that helped the 2019 super high output forge its fearsome reputation. Even with costs rising around the world, the 2019 Taurus is still an affordable car in 2023. Gurus reveals plenty of examples of the 2019 Taurus for less than $30,000. These aren't beaten-up examples either. Some websites has one right now listed with 68,073 miles on the clock for $27,000. It has plenty of features and is from a highly rated dealer, with the images of the car showing it in very good, clean condition with no dings or scratches. Towards the lower end of the mileage spectrum, the prices do start to go up. But even if you just nudge over the $30,000, you are still going to get a fantastic car for the money. Despite lasting for 6 generations in standard form in 4 as the Taurus, Ford would cease production of both versions in 2019. This was all announced in April 2018, with Ford stating the reason behind it was that they wanted to focus more on pickup trucks and SUVs. The Taurus wasn't the only victim, with it announcing the Fiesta, Focus, and Fusion would also get discontinued in North America. Ford was also looking to cut costs and increase profits. Discontinuing every car in the US except for the Mustang meant they could put their focus where there was much more customer demand. Whether that is something that is right or not, it's the way the market has gone in the last few years. In September 2018, Ford ended all national and promotional advertising for its entire sedan lineup, including the Taurus. The last example of the sedan rolled off the Ford production line on March 1, 2019, leaving the assembly line at the Ford Chicago plant. With it still priced at just over $28,000, the Taurus and Taurus were bargains until the very end. The super high output is perhaps one of the best sleeper cars of the decade. If Ford does bring anything back from their lineups of old, then we hope that one of the returnees is the Taurus. The last Ford Fiesta leaves the assembly line on Friday, marking the end of an era for a model that sold 22 million vehicles globally and is the UK's and US all-time best-selling car. As the final vehicle leaves production in its factory in Cologne, Germany, Ford will be ushering in a new line of electric vehicles. Ford said, "At Ford in Europe, we are rapidly transitioning to an electric future." As part of this transition, production of the Fiesta in Cologne, Germany, will be discontinued on July 7, and a new era at the Cologne Electric Vehicle Center will begin. The fate of its final 2 Fiestas will not be in customers' hands, as one will remain in Germany while the other will enter the carmaker's UK Heritage Collection. That is it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe.